Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Dawson and welcome to Can You Relate? Cleveland's relationship show. You know, life is all about relationships with people and with pets. So in today's show, we're going to talk about puppies. This is China, and she's a 5-month-old puppy, I think it is, or 11-week-old puppy, and we're going to talk about how to raise puppies. We're also going to talk about what kind of compliment you like to get from your mate, and do you and your mate do the same kind of sport, and if so, are you competitive with each other? So we're going to talk to a couple who does the same sport and find out if that's the case for them, so let's get started. You know, sports and kids go together, and it's a wonderful thing to have your kids in sports. However, parents can worry about their kids in sports. They worry about pressure, about coaches. Well, we have a couple here who grew up doing the same sport. I want to introduce you to Dominique Moceanu and to Mike Canales. Thank you so much for being on the show. Now, I want to make sure I get this right. Dr. Mike Canales, you are a former NCAA gymnast at Ohio State, and now, Mike, you are the co-director of podiatric surgery at St. Vincent Charity Medical Center. And we all recognize Dominique. You are a gold medal Olympian, obviously, and you now work at Gymnastics and Cheer World in Broadview Heights. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us, Kathy. We love being on Cleveland's relationship show, and we're just tickled to be here.
Oh, I'm delighted to have you. Now, you are here to talk about an event, a gymnastics event that's coming up, but first I want to ask you about your background. Now, you grew up as kids in the same sport, gymnastics. How was that for you? I mean, what kind of life skills did you learn?
Well, absolutely. Traditionally, gymnasts, in order to succeed in the sport, have to start very early. Dominique started at age 3. I started at age 7. And so from the moment you get into the door of a gym as a kid, you're taught the lessons of discipline and time management. And so those are lessons that are ingrained very early as a gymnast, and Dominique can tell you a little bit more about some of the sacrifices that we make.
Okay, what are those?
Yes, well, as you know, sometimes we spend 6 to 7 days a week training at a very early age, and between 6 and 8 hours a day.
Oh, at age 3? I mean,
not at age 3,
okay,
but a little later. I started training 40 hours a week at age 7, 8.
Wow.
But the sacrifices that came along with that were I missed out on sleepovers and high school after-school events, and things that, you know, kids would do, like the parties and things, for some birthday parties, because I'd be gone for competitions. But what we gained in, you know, gymnastics, the lessons that we learned were way more valuable.
Sure. Now, your parents, so what advice do you have for parents of kids who are doing this, and for the athletes themselves?
Absolutely. I think that's a very important point, Kathy, because nowadays sports are no longer just things that you do on the playground. They're no longer seasonal, they're year-round. And some parents are under the impression that their children need to be training with the intensity of a professional in order to succeed in high school. And so we've adopted a couple philosophies that I think are helpful, that we relay to our kids. They're very small now, 2 and 3 years old, but things that hopefully throughout their athletic and academic careers that they're going to apply.
Great. Yes, we definitely found a common ground and common belief in that sport is what we teach our children that they do. It's not who they are.
Ah, that's a real good message.
It's very important to us that our kids know that on a daily basis. We really want to make sure that they're great citizens and their academic victories are just as rewarded, if not more, than their athletic journey. That's extremely important to us as well.
Very well balanced, it sounds like. Now, you're here to talk about and promote a great event that's coming to Cleveland in less than 2 weeks. And it is a gymnastics, NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championship. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
Certainly, we'd love to. Well, Dominique and I are going to serve as the official spokespeople and in-arena hosts of the 2011 NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championships coming to Cleveland. And during that activity, we're not only going to promote the sport that we love so much, but also highlight Cleveland. So we want all the Clevelanders to come out to the Wolstein Center April 15th through the 17th. Tickets are on sale. They can get more information at www.ncaa.com/WGYM.
Oh, well, Cleveland is very excited about hosting this, I'm sure.
This
And
is huge.
it's
Great
huge.
sports town, great
Yes.
sports town. We love it here. And again, we're going to highlight Cleveland. Gymnastics is something people always enjoy every 4 years during the Olympics. We want to make this a sport that people enjoy year-round. And to see gymnastics live in Cleveland, it's like nothing else.
That's great. Well, thank you for coming on the show to talk about it and to talk about gymnastics in general. And I also want to give some information for anybody who would like to contact you, Mike. They can get a hold of you at Vincent Charity Medical Center at 877-98-SPINE. The numbers are 77463. Or go online to stvincentcharity.com. Thanks again for being here.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Hopefully we can come back.
I'd love it. I'd love it. You are coming back.
I
In
am.
the next segment, which is Relationship Roundup in just a minute. We'll see you then. Great.
Up next, you're craving a compliment, so what words should your spouse speak? Our Relationship Roundup reveals their favorite ways to be flattered. And later in the show, you have a new pint-sized pooch. We'll help you train the little addition to your family.